Good morning everyone, and welcome back to yet another one of my little fishing adventures. Today we are exploring this pristine little river system. Very remote, very untouched, and it looks absolutely awesome. So today we're going to be targeting Australian bass. Been on a little bit of an Australian bass craze recently. Had a super good session which you guys would have seen. So ever since then I've been wanting to do more exploring and just trying to find more places where Australian bass can live. I don't know if I'm going to be finding any really big bass today, but I think there might be a few in this system, and today we're going to find out. So I'm going to be bringing back the 4-inch Z-Man frog. Going to be throwing that on the surface once again because last time we had so much success and it brought up the bigger fish, which is what I really want. So I'm going to be throwing that. Might switch it up if things aren't going to plan, but should be a lot of fun. So got the old trusty 2 to 4 kilo black mamba rod, 2500 ITX with I think 15 pound braid and 20 pound leader. Fishing fairly heavy for Australian bass because some of them are real big, real aggressive, so they can do you instantly. Got the little frog and we're gonna start fishing. Try to get it as close to the structure as possible with bass, because that's where they're going to be. So we can go down and upriver. I think we're going to start off by going down a little bit, go as far down as we can, and then we'll head our way up and see what we can find upriver. Got a full day of exploring, so pretty exciting stuff. Going to be using topwater obviously as much as we can, but if it doesn't work then we might go over some of the areas which we're covering now with surface or subsurface or a spinnerbait or something like that. So there's plenty of different options. It's our first decent looking bit of structure for the morning there. Honestly, today if we can get one bass, I'll be happy. Anytime you catch fish in a new system, it's a good day. This frog's getting caught up a little bit, so I might change over to a freshie. The white one worked well for me last time, so white frog. Just never really know where the bass are going to be. See that log underneath there looks pretty good. These frogs are just awesome. There's kind of two methods you can do with these things. You can either cast them in and slow wind them, or you can kind of do a twitch pause. So you can cast it out there near structure and twitch it along the structure. So give the rod tip one flick and it almost pops. It's almost like a little popper. So you wait for the legs to float up, pop it and pop it. I like to mix it up, so I do a little bit of both, a few pops, and then I'll just do a slow wind and stops, and you can just vary the retrieve. Ooh, fish just breached. There we go. Wow, right along that structure. I don't know if you guys saw that, but we actually saw him breach. Literally saw him breach, and he came up and smacked it off the surface. How awesome is that? Haven't actually been fishing for too long at all, and bang, we've smacked our first Australian bass of the day. Look at that. That's a really tall fish. That's awesome on that frog yet again. They really like this frog. That's wild he actually came back and hit it. I'm sure you guys would have seen, we saw a little breach on the surface, cast in there, and skadoof. He crunched it. Beautiful little fish, man. Take a look at the colours of these things. Just awesome. See you, buddy. Off he goes. Awesome first fish down of the morning. Didn't take too long at all. Good little start. We will take him any day. There we have it. The frog produced once again. It's been on fire, this 4-inch goat's frog. It is the goat of frogs. Oh, that's a bit of wind. Oh, there we go, another one. Wow, another one already. Didn't take too long at all. Very cool. I think this one might be a slight bit bigger, Definitely by the feel of it, feels a bit bigger. 2 fish already on the surface. Insane start to the morning. He's probably around the same size actually. There he is. He's definitely a little bit bigger, touch bigger. How cool is that? The second one down already. Probably a touch bigger than that last one which we caught, so not much bigger, but I'll tell you what, that is a really, really good start to the morning. Smaller fish do hit big lures. 4-inch frog. A lot of people wouldn't even throw that for these kind of bass, but they definitely hit it. Thanks heaps for coming, mate. There he goes. 2 down already. What a start to the morning. Awesome start. Wonder if there's going to be a lot of fish in there which are around that size. I'm sure there's some bigger ones though, and if there are some bigger ones around, we should get them with that big frog. That's a good thing about using big lures, is that you encourage way more big fish. That's just how it goes. Alright, hook still sticky sharp, and the frog is good to go yet again. Now, we've found a little pattern already. Both of the fish have come from deeper structure like that, so there's obviously a bit of structure under the water, and that's just the top of it. So that's been the theme so far. Bit of submerged structure. Whoa! There's always a few dodgy casts. Come on now. Shocking cast. The thing about this river of first impressions is that there's so many spots for the fish to hide. There's timber, there's reeds. They really could be on either. It was pretty crazy when I was driving to this spot last night. I saw so many deer, and one of them was an absolute monster with big horns. He was a big buck. A couple of the others were just stags, I think that's what you call them. They were the female ones, but man, there were some big deer. I didn't see any other wildlife, but I saw 3 massive deer. Even the females were huge, but that big buck, my goodness, it was big. I understand why they say deer in headlights, because those things, they didn't move that quick when they saw me. And I'm sure if I was a hunter, they would have been off in 2 seconds, but they were a deer in headlights. Oh! He took my frog. Surely he spits it up. Oh, I've only got one more of the white ones. Oh. He just spat it on the surface there. He just spat up my frog. I'll see if he's there. Got him. I wonder if that's the same fish. That's crazy. I wonder if that's the same fish which just spat out my frog. I can still see my frog, so... Oh, that's so awesome, man. How cool's that? Oh, beautiful. Another perfect little Australian bass. Are you the same one who just ate my frog and spat it out? Maybe. They're all like cookie cutter size. That's another one which is a very similar size. Just look at the scales and the colours of these fish. Doesn't get much better than chasing Australian bass. See you later, buddy. At least I'm going to get my frog back. He literally stole my frog and then spat it out. Well, this frog was inside of a bass, but we got him back. Oh. That sun's starting to peek up over that big hill there, so fishing might get a little bit harder on surface. Who knows though? Oh. Apparently not. That feels better. It feels better. Definitely feels better. He hasn't fought at all. Damn. He hit that hard. It's a better fish. Looks a little bit better. It's about the same actually. Oh, let's get a look at him. Colours on these bass are just amazing. Once again on that topwater frog. Bang. I think that's number 4 for the morning already. Pretty crazy stuff. Pretty crazy stuff. Here's another around 30. Beautiful little fish. See you, buddy. Right up into the roots there of the trees and all the grass. It's where a lot of these fish seem to be sitting. Perfect ambush position. It makes sense. If anything falls out of these trees or into the water, it's usually going to be along the bank, so that's where these fish are ambushing. Oh, that was a good hit. That was a really good hit. I don't think it's much bigger, but man, that was a good hit. That was an awesome clunk. Oh yeah, he's a bit bigger. He's the biggest one of the day, for sure. He is a beautiful little Australian bass. We'll take that any day. They're still smacking surface and it's past 8 o'clock now. I'm throwing a swim bait along some of the banks I'm casting at and, you know, they're just hitting the frog. That's it. They're only hitting the frog. See you, buddy. He was ready to go. Hook still razor sharp as well. Caught so many fish on this one hook, but still good to go by the feel. A lot of fun frogging in the bush. I'll tell you what, I can't believe how successful this morning's been already. Only been fishing for probably an hour 15 and we've already caught 5 or so good bass. Crazy good start to the morning. I can literally hear some of them up in the reeds eating stuff. Can't get a cast in there though. There we go. Wow. Another one. That's insane. They hit so hard, these little bass. So hard. Well, he's got some worms or something he's going to vomit up. There we go. Okay, we'll just get him going. He had some food in his mouth. We'll try to let him keep his meal. He literally had some like bugs or something in his mouth. So probably should have showed you guys, but wanted to let him keep his meal. See, I always thought that using frogs and using bigger lures like this, that the hookup rate would be really, really poor. And it probably is when the fish are tiny, but the hookup rate is like really good, like amazingly good. Ooh. Surprised we haven't got any bigger ones or even any smaller ones. They've all been around the same size. There we go. Another one right up on the reeds there. Right up on the reeds. He's a little football, this one. Wow. That is the most round fish I have ever seen. Are you kidding? What is going on here? Look. Look at the nuggetry of that fish. With his fins included, he's probably as tall as he is wide. I mean long. That's pretty crazy. Look at him. Alright, my football friend, I'll let you go. See you, buddy. Pretty cool. A little football we just caught. Got to cast along these reeds before they all disappear. Frogging around. Do we switch over lures soon or we just keep going with what's working? Because I mean, frogging is really, really fun, eh? Like super fun form of fishing and at the moment super effective. Do we switch? I don't know. Oh, blue. Oh my goodness. Look at those blue birds. The rarest bird in Australia. That's what I'm gonna call. Rarest bird in Australia we just saw. It's one of the reasons why I love being like so far away in remote areas, because last night I saw deer. Today I'm seeing so many birds surrounded by wildlife. Like half of fishing for me is always the adventure. I feel like that's like with everything, you know, you always want the adventure, you chase the adventure, and that's the funnest part in my opinion. The fish and everything else is just a bonus. There we go. It's a gnarly little spot in there. He swam out for us. That was awesome. He's a bit bigger. He's a little bit bigger. There we go. Nice little fish. How's that? This is just as cool as it gets. Completely wild Australian bass. Beautiful little fish. Every single one has been on the frog so far. They're just loving it, so I'm not going to change. I mean, if something's working like this, you don't change, because there could be some bigger ones around. Look at that. He's probably in the 30s, I reckon, low 30s. Sick fish. See you, buddy. Water's real dark and dirty in here, so I think the surface profile's helping just get their attention a little bit. It was a perfect snag, that one. Just a lot of spindly stuff, and that's pretty much been the key for the day, is a structure like that. To be fair though, we've caught a fair few fish in different areas, but there's another one in there. The main ground has been that. So there are more than one on a snag sometimes. I know with perch, they're much more of a school fish. Like when you find one, there'll be a whole heap on a snag, but with bass, they seem to be slightly more isolated. They like to own a snag by the seams of it. It might be a system where you get an early morning bite and then you don't really get a bite until the evening again, or the bite really slows down, because it has. It's a lot slower now. Not even comparable. But that's alright. I should complain more often. There we go. That's a good hit. There we go. Another one that's still out here. He's a good one. I knew they'd still be in there. Maybe we might start upgrading in quality as the day goes on. Oh, look at that, he just spewed up some fish. What is that? Fish? Yeah, little fish. So these things have been feeding, obviously, and he was still hungry. Another beautiful quality bass. Look at that. He's one of the bigger ones of the day. Beautiful little fish. We'll just let him go. See you, mate. Went all the way down, but I'm gonna go up instead, so got a big pedal ahead of us to get above where we launched. Let's get back into it. Just gonna keep exploring further up this little pristine river. Looks real good up ahead here, so keen to check it out. There we go. That's a good one. That feels like a good one. That feels better. Just got over to a nice little shaded bank and first cast. He's a good one. We've actually caught a few around this size, but that was cool. Middle of the day, about 12:30, 1 o'clock now, and still getting bass on the top. How cool is this? Top water all day long. Let him go. See you, buddy. Just got over to this spot and I knew it looked good. I was gonna pedal past it, but knew I had to have a cast. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, another one. A couple casts later. He's in the timber, I think. He is. Come on, come out. There we go. Come on, swim out. Oh no, he's still on. Come on, get out of there. Oh, it's a real good one. Whoa, it's actually a good one. I didn't think it was actually going to be bigger. It's way bigger. Bang! Proper one. Damn, I actually didn't think it was that much bigger. Oh, I knew there was a good one in there. Wow, that is much bigger. Look how fat that thing is. That's a solid one in the 40s for sure. Oh, we've been filtering through a whole heap of small ones. I knew that the big ones could be around, and you just never know. Far out. That is a mammoth of a bass. You just never know. Look how fat that thing is. That is enormous. Oh my goodness. Are there bigger ones in here? Yes, there are. That thing is the fattest bass I think I've ever seen. I reckon I've caught longer, but my goodness, what a fish. For one, I can't even believe that we got him out of the structure. And for two, I can't believe how big he is. I was like fighting him thinking he's not going to be that big. I was prepared to lose it, but as soon as I saw it, I did not want to lose that fish. That's why I used 20 pound. He had me way in there, but we're all good. Wow. He is 49 centimeter bass. Man, this is why you use big lures. 4-inch frog and an absolute mammoth. 49 centimeters of monster bass, and to get it in a place like this is super special. This is like a rare fish for this waterway, I reckon. That's a beast. What a beast of an Australian bass. So happy with that. That has just made my day times 10. 49, almost a 50. So close to 50, but 49. Beast, behemoth. That is like the fattest bass too. Let's get him going. Ready? He's going to notice he's free and take off. Watch this. Watch when he notices. There he goes, straight into the reeds. Thought I was still holding him. The fish are smart. They won't use their energy when they don't have to. What a special day. What I'm finding with bass, which is a little bit different to everything else I chase, is that you usually get a mix. Well, I seem to get a mix of the small fish and also the big fish hanging out together, whereas with estuary perch, that happens a little bit, but mainly you find big fish, and then schools of small fish, you know, so it's a little bit different. Like that, those guys were living on the same snag pretty much. How was that? Airborne bass, he went so high. I knew I had to get him over that log, so I just yanked him and he flew. Bass Topia. Look at him. Beautiful fella. Very interesting watercolour. It's definitely got to be some form of algae, eh? I wonder what this means for the fish. I want to know if we can get a fish. Oh, yep. Dude, he followed that so far. These fish up here are a lot more aggressive. There he goes. I've got a feeling these fish up here are going to be way more aggressive. That's getting one for sure. Oh, right there. How cool was that? Right there. The frog's all the way up on my line somehow. That was an awesome take. And look at that. Another amazing Australian bass. Just getting so many numbers now. So many numbers. See, buddy? How's this? I'm in a forest gorge and there's just fish on fish. Oh, there we go. Crazy. Unreal. Well, I think this is the perfect spot to wrap up today. What an epic session that was. I don't even know how many bass we caught. We caught so many bass, one absolute monster, and what an awesome day. It was just crazy fishing. Really fun. So if you enjoyed, be sure to give this video a like, comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.